Alright, so I've been waiting to do this one for a while. This is how I got a song with Nicki Minaj. So this really starts off with me working with Benji. So as you can see, this screenshot here, this was actually the process of us making the loop. And it's funny how I said, oh, ignore it, it's bad, because that in itself is a massive lesson. And I'll talk about the lessons that I learned from this later on in the video. But yeah, I just find this screenshot funny because if I hadn't have sent it out, none of this would have really happened. So yeah, I was sending a lot of starters to Benji. We were making a lot of loops together. This was in 2022, 2023, and now we can fast forward to March in 2023. So that was over a year ago. And I remember during that time period, I was doubting myself. I was like, I've really fallen off, because the year before I was on a big Youngboy album and that had gone platinum. And now fast forward to the new year, and I hadn't really had any placements or anything. And I'm like, fucking hell, I've actually fallen off. Fast forward to that night, I was with my friends and we were drinking at the pub and we're just chilling, and I get a call from Yeti, who is a producer that I work with. And he calls me and he's like, yo bro, I've just got word of this Youngboy song that you helped produce on. They want to make it the lead single for the album. There's going to be 2 features on it. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. But at the time I was kind of drunk. So I woke up the next morning and I was like, did that even fucking happen? So I checked my call logs because I was like, I wasn't sure if I was having a dream or something. If you're a producer, you've probably dreamt of getting a placement before. Like, I've literally changed my Instagram bio in a dream before. But anyways, that's a divergent. Yeah, so I wake up and I check my call logs and the call actually happened. So I was like, oh, sick. Like, this is really gonna happen. It was a good feeling because I was literally doubting myself. I was thinking I've fallen off, and then this happened on the same day. I think that's an important lesson in itself, because you're here and you feel like you haven't progressed, but the whole time that you haven't progressed, you've had this song. People are just waiting to release it and you don't even know anything about it. So I guess it's an important lesson just to focus on what you can control. But anyways, that was really cool. I talked to my manager about it, and all I could remember thinking for the next week or 2 was, I wonder who the features are, because he told me there were 2 features and it was the lead single. So for some reason I thought it was like Quavo and someone else. Fast forward like a week or 2, my manager calls me and he's like, yo, they just sent the contract through. We're reading through the contract together, and then we go all the way to the bottom where it's got the names. And there was this random name at the bottom. Like it was Anika Tanya Maraj Petty. And me and my manager were like, who the fuck is that? And I was kind of like, oh, fuck's sakes. Because I thought it was Quavo. And now it's just Anika Tanya Maraj Petty, bro. And yeah, and then he looked her up. And then he was like, bro, that's Nicki Minaj. And I was like, no way, bro. I remember I was sitting on the couch and I was like, what the fuck? It was really surreal, to be honest. And it's cool because everyone knows who Nicki Minaj is. Like, all the girls know who Nicki Minaj is. All the parents, like 50-year-olds know who she is. So it's kind of cool. A week later, it got announced. There was a lot of hype. I didn't really tell anyone that I produced on it. And then when I posted it, yeah, it was kind of cool because everyone's like, yo, what the fuck? And yeah, the song releases and I'm watching the music video. And I remember I had some friends over at my house and I was just like in the room by myself just watching the video. And I was like, this is fucking insane. But yeah, I want to talk about some important lessons that I learned from this song coming out. So the first one, as I touched on before, is you don't really know what's happening all the time. You could be having a bad 3 months, but in those 3 months, you've just had like crazy songs get recorded on your beats and you just don't know about it, right? It's one of the frustrating things about producing because you don't know what's going on. So sometimes it can feel like you're working a lot, but you're not getting the result for it. But really, you actually have gotten the result for it. You just have to wait a while to find out. So I guess that's an important lesson that I've learned. Success is a lagging indicator. That's a perfect example of it. The next lesson that I learned, which is specific to this song, is sending out starters is really good. Sending out starters is a very effective way to get placements. So I was sending Benji a lot of starters at the time. I think we did 4 or 5 collab loops, and all of them except one ended up on some sort of major album and we got paid advances for. That just goes to show how powerful starters can be. The amount of people that you can reach just multiplies, right? If I send you a starter and we both send out that loop, we've hit double the network. We're doubling our chances of getting a placement. So yeah, that's what I learned. And then the final thing is, it's better just to make a good move today rather than the perfect move tomorrow. This starter specifically, as you saw in that email, I was like, oh wait, just ignore it, it's shit. If I took that to the next level and just didn't send it at all, it wouldn't have happened. My good move on that day was sending the starter. Even though it was like 80, 90% good, it wasn't a perfect starter. That was still a better move than not sending it at all. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Doing something and taking the step is better than not taking the step at all, right? Me making this YouTube video is better than me not making the YouTube video. Me going to the gym today is better than me not going to the gym today. That's just the point that I'm trying to make. So it's better just to make the good move and also to trust yourself, not to doubt yourself too much. But yeah, that's really the story about it. If you guys want to get placements like this for for yourself, I just uploaded a 48 laws of producing video. I'll put that in the description. It has a lot of value about how you can get placements, how you can become a full-time producer as well. I absolutely guarantee that that's going to help you. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and a comment, and I will see you in the next video.